What's going on? Todd Falcone here, checking in. Another quick blog post. This one, I actually had a conversation with a guy today, called me out of the blue, haven't talked to him in a long time, and the subject came up about ground floor and about timing and the fact that if you're not in early, then it's over. It's too late. That means you're done. You have no chance of making any money, and how that myth has been perpetuated on our profession, and people believe it's the truth. You know, it's ground floor, sub basement, below ground floor, below, down lower, even, you got to get in so early. And if you don't get in, then, you have no chance of making any money. And then it's interesting because then new people who have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to network marketing are like, I want to be in at the top. Well, they don't even understand the fact that they're actually at the top. As soon as they could be at the bottom of a leg and at the top of the leg all at the same time. That's another story for another blog post. But the whole thing about ground floor and let me tell you how ridiculous it is. So let's say for example you did get into a company and you got in the first month, or you got in the first 2 months. So you got early in. So you're early in, right? Everything, I got to be early in. So you got in early. And now it's 2 years later. You've been building the business for a couple of years. Let's say you didn't blow it out of the park and 20,000 people in your downline, but maybe you have 2,000 people in your downline. So you got 2,000 people at year 2. You got a nice little check going. You're building this business. So let me ask you this: are you then going to, if you believe that it's so important, so critically important that you have to be ground floor or else, does that mean then that you go to your downline at year 2 and you go, hey, let's get everybody together now. Hey guys, girls, check this out. We're gonna have a little chat. We're at year 2 now. It's not new anymore. So everybody stop recruiting. Just stop. See what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And there's too many other examples of people that have gotten into companies 15, 20 years down the road. I have a very, very good friend of mine, got into a company at year 18, and last year made 7 figures. I won't tell you exactly how much he made. I don't know exactly, but I know that he did make over 7 figures last year. I have another buddy of mine who went into a 50 plus year old company. There's not too many of them, so you can try to figure out and guess which one that is. And in the last 2 years, he's gotten himself to over $20,000 a month in an old company that's definitely not ground floor. So I just want to kind of talk about this whole myth. Now, I'm not saying timing's not important. If you could get in early, that's great. But just because a company's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years old doesn't mean that you can't make any money at it. And also, the other thing to consider is sometimes, in fact, in many cases, these companies take a few years to kind of get their stuff figured out before they actually ever really end up doing anything anyhow. In fact, there's a company that's ripping right now that spent 7-8 years doing almost nothing before they finally had accelerated growth. So, it's kind of a myth. I mean, timing's good, it's great, it's nice, but it's not everything. See you on another post. Bye-bye.